He had 6 rushing touchdowns in the game and made 4 of the 5 extra points he attempted. 1 extra point was a bad center snap, so he never got to try the kick. But at the time, just to put that game in a little more perspective, the Bears and the Chicago Cardinals were crosstown rivals. The Bears playing at Cubs Park, now Wrigley Field. The Cardinals playing at Comiskey Park, a north side, south side thing. And it was hardly an equal rivalry. The Bears were, for the most part, the dominant team through most of the 20s. The Cardinals won 1 championship in 1925. But by 1929, the Bears had reemerged as the dominant team in town. Almost like a little bit of a Lakers-Clippers thing, dare I say, going on. But this was the Chicago Cardinals' day when Ernie Nevers came in and scored 40 points. At the end of that season, George Halas decided he would no longer be the Chicago Bears coach. He hired a different coach, and he went to the front office, and he eventually would come back to coaching. But a lot of people said that 40-6 shellacking was what sent Papa Bear into hibernation for some years. The thing that makes Nevers' 40 so unbelievable is that in the modern game, players do not both play on the field and also do the kicking, as was the case back in Nevers' time. So you would need to have a guy score 7 touchdowns, which is not out of the realm of possibility. We've seen guys have 5. A couple other guys have had 6 touchdowns in a game, like Nevers had in that game. Dub Jones in the 1950s, Gale Sayers in the 60s, although neither of them scored all 6 touchdowns by rushing, as Nevers did, by the way. That's another record he has, most rushing touchdowns in a game. So it's not outside the realm of possibility that someone could score 7 in a game, I suppose. That's why the thing about the 59 consecutive points for your team, to me, is even more astounding, if anything. Although 40 points in a game is astounding by itself. A record that has stood now for 81 years. In 1926, with Nevers as the star, the Duluth Eskimos, who didn't have all that much of a connection to Duluth, they played most of their games on the road, but they went on one of those extended tours that sort of combined some regular season games and some exhibition games against local teams, a 29-game tour during which they made some money, maybe not as much as the Grange tour of the year before, but during which Nevers played day after day after day, and that's where some of his Iron Man reputation really gained prominence.